Alright, what's up guys? NinjaDeathStrike here, bringing you another Pokemon TCGO match. This is one I had a while ago, I know because I was still using Darkrai Hydreigon, and Hydreigon still worked. And also because I was trying out Reshiram at the time. Definitely don't have that in here anymore, but it was a really good match, and so I saved it for a while. Figured this was a good time to put it up since there is no Hydreigon right now, or at least you can't attack with him, which kind of ruins the point of the deck, but my opponent is going to lead an Emolga first, and he's going to be able to go first, get a turn 1 Call for Family, which is the perfect opening for any deck that runs Emolga. That's what you want to do, because it's kind of worthless after the first couple turns of battle, other than being a free retreater. So looks like I draw another Dino in my hand. Do not have a very strong hand here. There's nothing really I want to do other than probably just play the N. Yep. So I'm just going to play that, hopefully hit an energy, but I don't. So that's cool. I get a buttload of basics though. So I'm going to go ahead and bench the Darkrai and the other Dino. The Darkrai just so I have free retreat, and the Dino because there's Rayquazas. I could get knocked out pretty quickly. Yeah, and it being Dragon type doesn't... Well, if he had the shiny Rayquaza, it would definitely matter, but it doesn't matter against Rayquaza EX because it just does 60 damage anyhow. So he's actually going to use Ceylon to get some energy there and then go ahead and attack. I'm just going to play Juniper. I got to hit some energy. I finally do. Unfortunately, I don't get a Dark Patch or any way to get energy in the discard pile, so I'm not going to be able to really do anything this turn again. So I just decided just to attach to my Sableye and let this Dino up there. I already have 2 on the field besides the one that's active, and I have the one in my hand, so if this one gets knocked out, it is not the end of the world. And then I could just Junk Hunt next turn. So I guess it wouldn't have hurt to attach to the active. I could have used Headbutt, put that Emolga into sniping range for Darkrai. I think it's got 70 HP, so it would have brought it down to an even 60. And yeah, then I could have also gotten a Dark in the discard pile in case I needed to Dark Patch. So that probably would have been the better play, but not a huge deal. I do top deck an Ultra Ball here, which is going to be very important. It's going to let me discard a Dark Energy and another Sableye and get out a Hydreigon this turn, which is nice. Hydreigon, though, against Rayquaza Eels is tricky because it dies to Rayquaza EX really fast. It's very easy for them to take it out. However, it's also capable of one-shotting Rayquaza EX. So it's interesting dynamic that they have going on, but in this case I'm nowhere near ready to attack with it, just because I don't have any energy on the board. So if he's able to catch it out and Dragon Burst with 2 energy next turn, he will be able to take me out, which is definitely going to set me back. So we'll have to see what I decide to do here. Looks like I Dark Transed, maybe. Nope, just checking my discard pile to see if there's stuff I want. Now I'm going to Dark Trans. Move it to Hydreigon, which is dumb because he can get knocked out. Hey, good job. So then I decide, no, I don't want to do that. I'm going to put it on Darkrai. That's probably the safest spot. And I don't know why I didn't Junk Hunt there. I had a Rare Candy in the discard pile, so I could have gotten another Hydreigon. I guess I was really worried about losing the energy and then being without, but I had a supporter. I had a good chance to get more energy, so I don't know. Probably not the best choice, but whatever. What's done is done. So here I have Darkrai out. I can Night Spear if I need to, put 90 and 30 to something else. But I think I'm going to go for the Dark Patch and try and Dragon Blast this thing, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to Ultra Ball first. Oh, I guess not. Going to N, which is good. There's the Dark Patch, so that will give me enough energy to Dragon Blast if I want to. I also get an Ultra Ball and a Rare Candy, which means that I will have another Hydreigon out next turn, or even this turn if I want it. So we'll have to see what I decide to do with that. Probably best to wait a turn, just because I don't need it this turn. There's not really any harm in waiting a turn, but it looks like I am going to go for the Dragon Blast here, which is an okay play, especially since I know I have the Hydreigon next turn. I am going to lose my energy, but I've got one. I haven't played very many Dark Patches, so there's a good chance to get some of those. And being able to take out this Rayquaza is going to be nice. It's going to tie me up in the prizes. And he only has one energy on the one on the bench, although he does have an eel out, and he's got a Dynamo too, so it's probably not going to be too hard for him to respond here with his own. But I'm thinking if I can get him to send that one up and then Dragon Blast it's really going to put him in a tough spot, and my Hydreigon should be okay. So I probably could have attacked with Darkrai too, but I didn't want to give him a lot of turns to build up energy on his benched guys. Wanted to try and keep the pressure on him, which is an okay choice, I think. So I just promote Sigilyph for now, since I don't need to do anything. I've got Darkrai for free retreat. I'll be able to send up whoever I want. He's a good placeholder for now. So I'm going to Ultra Ball here. Probably get rid of the Juniper or the N. Which one? I opt to get rid of the N and go for the Juniper, which will give me the maximum amount of cards I need to get something going this turn. Let's see what I draw off of this. So I get one Dark Patch, a Tool Scrapper, and a bunch of Darkrai's. Dropping down the Darkrai's probably not a bad idea. At least one, since I have the Eviolite. I do get my fourth blend as well, which is nice. So that gives me 2 energy on the board, I think. Yeah, only 2. So I'm going to put them on opposite Darkrai's just to make sure I still have an energy in play next turn. And then just leave Sigilyph up there. Force him to attack with Zekrom if he wants to take a prize. And if he does that, I will be able to revenge him unless he gets an Eviolite on it. Because I'll be able to Night Spear the next turn and knock out the Zekrom and do some damage to something else. So he's going to switch here, charge up his Rayquaza again, and he actually catches out my Hydreigon and takes it out with another Dragon Burst, which sucks for me. That takes away my energy manipulation, and I spread my energy out. But I top deck an Ultra Ball, which is really good. I can get rid of the Tool Scrapper since he doesn't have a Violite down. I know some Rayquaza decks don't even play it. And then just get rid of that third Darkrai. I have 2 out. That's going to be enough. But I go for Sableye here. I guess I didn't have another Hydreigon. That's peculiar. So we'll have to see what I decide to get with my Junk Hunt. Gonna get. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know why I chose to do it this way. I guess I'm just trying to charge up Darkrai's at this point. Yeah, so I get a Max Potion and a Dark Patch. I don't know why I got the Max Potion either. Without Hydreigon, it's no good. I guess my thinking is I can get one later and then Max Potion. I don't know. That was not a very good play. Would have been better just to get 2 Dark Patches, probably. Guarantee myself a Night Spear next turn. But it looks like Zweilous is going to go down now. That's going to put him at 1 prize, and I'm going to be in big trouble because if that Rayquaza attacks again, I will lose, and Sableye is basically just a free prize sitting out there. So all he's going to need is a catcher and a couple of energy on Rayquaza, and it's going to be game over. Assuming he can charge it up this turn. Maybe he can't. Because... okay, there he goes. That's 2. Yeah, so he didn't have the energy. You'll notice he's only gotten one eel in play the whole game, which is probably the only reason I'm still in this. So I am going to be able to Dark Patch here and then play the Max Potion for 1, for 20 to heal off his wireless. Go for the Random Receiver, although could have just gone for Bianca. Should probably be more helpful. So I get a Juniper instead, which will get me 2 more cards than Bianca. And I actually hit my 3rd Hydreigon, which is really good, because I think I have 4 energy on board now, and I got that catcher, so that's going to be huge. It's going to let me catcher up his other Rayquaza and Dragon Burst it, and actually put me in a really good position because it'll take down the only thing he has capable of one-shotting my guys. So after this Rayquaza goes down, it's going to put him in a really awkward spot where he's got to attack with Zekrom, and then I'm going to be able to revenge kill it and go down to 1 prize. So somehow I'm managing to stay in this game. Probably could have played it a little bit better, but I'm just drawing really well to make up for it, which is nice. He is going to Super Rod. I'm assuming he's going to put Rayquazas back in. Yep, because that is going to be his key to victory here. If he can just get one down and charge it up, he can Dragon Blast, Dragon Burst one of my Darkrai's and win, and he actually draws it off of his 2 cards, which is really good for him. And he finally gets his 2nd Electric, so he's going to be able to put 2 Lightning Energy on it, and then pretty much all he needs is a Fire Energy, and he will win the game. He'll be able to stack enough energy to attack. But he's actually going to Dynamotor to Zekrom here and go for a Bolt Strike, which will work too. It's going to put a lot of pressure on me, obviously. He doesn't have a Violet though, so it does put him in perfect KO range. And I'm just going to get out of there. Retreat into Darkrai. I'll be able to Night Spear him. And yeah, that'll be really good because then he's basically only got Rayquaza out there, and since he didn't Dynamotor to it the last turn, he's not going to be able to KO a Darkrai. He would be able to KO Sableye or Hydreigon, but he needs 4 energy to take out my Darkrai since they have a Violet on him, and that's really, really important because even if he draws a Fire Energy, the most he can do is Dynamotor twice. That would only give him 3 Lightning, and I would be just shy of a KO. So, okay. So I actually catcher out an Eel here and take that out, and I assume the reason I'm doing that is because I want to shut off his energy acceleration. Now he can only Dynamotor once, so I'm buying myself turns by doing that. Again, if he gets the Fire Energy now, he can only Dynamotor once, so it's going to give me a few more turns to try and find an answer. And the important thing is he does have to knock out a Darkrai to win. He doesn't have to take out a Sableye or Hydreigon wouldn't win him the game, so I could go for a Junk Hunt here, which is what I'm going to plan to do, but instead he just forfeits the match. It was a close game to be sure. I probably could have played better, but pretty tight. So hopefully you guys liked it. Leave me a thumbs up if you did. Leave me a comment about the battle. Check out the links. Sub my channel, please, if you haven't done that. And I will have more videos coming your way shortly. Thanks for watching, guys.